Aloha everyone, and welcome to the Kilauea Eruption and Leilani Estates update for August 5th, 2018. I'm doing a special breaking news report today because we have some significant changes to Fissure 8 and the lava channel flow. Also, some interesting things up on the summit as well. It seems, and I don't want to speak too soon, but it seems that we may be seeing the end of this particular Fissure 8 eruption. Can't say for sure. It is a kind of a wait and see thing because, this is an unprecedented event in current geological history that we have records for. The lava flow, the magnitude, the volume, the amount has all been very, very large in comparison to historical flows. But so what we're going to do is we're going to get to the USGS report right now because they did put one out this morning for 9/16, and the wording is completely different. So let's get right to that. The USGS reports for Sunday, August 5th, 2018 at 9:16 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. This morning's helicopter overflight confirmed a significant reduction in lava output from Fissure 8. HVO field geologists observed low levels of fountaining with the Fissure 8 spatter cone and largely crusted lava in the spillway and channel system downstream. There were a few sluggish seeps and ooze-outs near Halekamahina and Kapoho crater. Lava continues to ooze into the ocean along a broad flow front and laterally towards Pohiiki, but is still about 70 meters or 230 feet southeast of the boat ramp. The significance of this change is not yet clear, and hazardous conditions remain in the area. HVO field crews and the UAS team will monitor activity throughout the day. It is common for eruptions to wax and wane or pause completely. A return to high levels of lava discharge or new outbreaks in the area of active fissures could occur at any time, and residents should remain informed and heed Hawaii County Civil Defense messages and warnings. For the Kilauea Volcano Middle East Rift Zone, on Friday, gas measurements of the Pu'u'o plume indicated an emission rate of over 1,000 tons per day of SO2, the highest rate from this vent in several years. Readers may recall that a white plume has been observed issuing from Pu'u'o over the past several weeks. HVO will attempt to overfly Pu'u'o as soon as possible to evaluate any significant changes within and around the vent. Up on the Kilauea Volcano Summit, the volcano summit remains relatively quiet, representing a significant departure from the pattern of seismicity and deformation over the past several months. The most recent collapse event occurred 3 days ago at 11:55 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time on August 2nd. Rates of earthquakes began to increase soon after and has been typically leading to the leading to the next collapse event. But yesterday, the rate decreased to a low level without a collapse event. Low rates of seismicity continue today. The rate of deformation at the summit, as measured by tilt meters and GPS instruments, is also remaining much reduced. Summit and LERZ changes considered together imply that the rate of magma leaving the summit to feed the lower East Rift Zone eruption has decreased. How long this condition will persist is unknown. It is possible that outflow will pick up again, resulting in renewed summit area deflation, leading to another collapse event and renewed eruption vigor on the lower East Rift Zone. HVO will continue to monitor Kilauea closely for any signs of change in activity. The next status report will be issued tomorrow morning unless significant changes occur. And that was the USGS report. As y'all heard in the report, there are obviously changes happening through the entire system, not just down here in the rift zone, but even up on the summit. So 3 days without a collapse event. That would signify that we have definitely achieved an equilibrium, if not even a little bit lower. So the question is really what happens next? I mean, this could signify an end of the current eruption, but it could just be a prelude to the next fissure outbreak or, summit explosions. I mean, we really just don't know. Even the USGS people don't really know what to expect next. So we really do have to just sit and wait. But what I want to show you now in a special look at that there segment is some of the new photographs that were posted this morning by USGS showing exactly what they have reported about the lava flows and in the Fissure 8 and in the channel system. So let's get to those photos right now. Look at that there. This is Fissure 8 and the spillway and the first part of the upper channel. Ta-da! What else am I supposed to say? If you look at that there in this photo, you see that the lava has crusted over. There is still some fluid lava. If you look up towards the middle, just coming out of the cone, there's still some incandescence coming through, which means that it is possible that lava is still flowing. It's just flowing under and become more of a tube system. However, you also look at the emissions coming out of the cone, and they're almost non-existent. So we're going to move over to the next photo, which is inside the cone. And what you can see is there is still glowing red hot lava in the cone itself. However, it is not fountaining. The level is significantly lower. It's actually the pool of lava in the cone is actually lower than the edge of the spillway, as you can see. So it is most likely there is no lava actually going through the spillway, and what we're seeing incandescence is just current lava that hasn't cooled yet. The lobes that are breaking out and the little ooze outs that we're seeing at the lower end of the channel and stuff are just that. They're just leftover lava finding its way out, which is what it does under gravity and all that wonderful, physics that are involved. And here in the next image, we see, of course, the exiting of lava from the channel. This is actually heading towards the ocean. If I'm correct, if you look up and to the left, there's that little small piece of land poking out of the side of the image. I believe that is Kapoho Crater, because it's making that big right-hand turn there. So again, this is just lava that's left in the channel, that's under the crusted over stuff, still just finding its way out, moving downhill. Looking at the same location, but from a different angle, we see that, of course, the lava is still coming out. It's still pretty hot, still pretty red. But if you look right down the middle there, you see that the dark slabs, of rock, that's where the system is cooled, or excuse me, where the lava is actually cooling very quickly as it comes out, which means it's losing a lot of its heat, and that's because, well, there's no new infusion at this point. At least that's my opinion. And here again in this photo, we see, if you look in the very middle, slightly up, slightly towards the top, that we see that this is just another little outflow. Again, it's I believe it's the remaining lava in the channel just finding its point to equilibrium and lowest point, path of least resistance. It's still going to flow out, and because there's still pressure on top, it's going to push this stuff out, and it's going to cool, but it's not going to go very far, as we can see in these photos. And looking at our last photo of the Fissure 8 channel system, we see again another little breakout here. It seems to be happening all over the place because the end of the channel, of course, is seizing up. It's cooling down go to the ocean. So the volume that is still in the channel's got to go somewhere. Some of it will stay where it is and eventually cool, but other areas are going to find the points of least resistance, and it's going to pop out and do what you see here. Now moving down to the ocean entry, we're looking at this photo, which is of Isaac Hale Park. As you can see, it is still there. It has survived so far. I suspect that it will most likely continue to survive. I don't believe there's enough lava left in the channel system to truly threaten it. But again, we really just don't know. That's the one thing about this whole event is I don't want to say there's a lot of speculation, but there is a lot of educated guessing going on, simply because this is unprecedented. People think the volcanologists and geologists have all the answers, but they don't. They're still learning, and that's one thing I want to point out with a lot of our scientific disciplines is people think that they're absolute. They're not. They're always in a state of change and education. We can make a prediction, but then we find the results basically say, no, our prediction was wrong. But then sometimes we make a prediction and the results, prove that we're right. Like when I started stating, in previous videos that there's changes happening, the volume looks down, the temperature looks down, that there's changes. I got a lot of pushback saying, oh no, you can't say that, you can't infer that. But it looks like that what I was recognizing in the patterns and the prediction I was making, which was an educated guess, I'll be honest with you, it was an educated guess. Looks like I was right though, which is a good thing. Shows that what I've been learning is been utilized to help me, see these patterns and recognize these certain signs. So it's been a wonderful educational experience for me. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to put this out there. I will keep y'all posted on any new developments and things like that. Also, the video that y'all have been watching is from Scott of Powell Hawaii Tours. I have complete permission and authorization to be using this content, so I will ask y'all, please do not contact him and say Doing Hawaii is stealing your content. Just so everybody knows, me and Scott are neighbors. We literally live right next to each other. That's why some of the imagery that you'll see of skyline photos and stuff look very familiar to him, because we share the same skyline. But with that said, I want to thank you for listening and tuning in. I do appreciate all the support and the comments and the thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, because just because this event may be coming to an end doesn't mean my channel will be coming to an end. We will modify and change our content, and we'll start showing you more Hawaii life, more Hawaiian places. I'm really scratching my head trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do next, but it looks like I need to really start giving it more thought than I have been lately. And we'll get back to you on that one. So again, thank you for listening and watching. You have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. This has been the Kilauea Eruption and Leilani Estates update for August 5th, 2018.